we practiced this on Friday and it looked a little bit differently.
Nope, apparently not. So we're going to show you the top 10 HR tools in Bitrix24.
One of those tools that make your life easier.
Can we start that again, please?
Let's go and see how it works right here.
Every supervisor can do this.
Bitrix24 webinars, making you feel alive.
I feel more alive now. I got lost.
As you're watching this, we're still improvising.
That's the point when we will actually get fired. I want to apologize to all Bens watching this.
One of my imaginary friends.
Oh my God.
That we have all these tools connected.
Yes.
This is going to be a blast. You're going to like it. What's up and welcome to yet another webinar from Bitrix24. And your hosts today are me, Alex, and my lovely colleague,
Diana.
And for this webinar, we had 5 or 6 really solid ideas that we wanted to explore and make something really great out of them. But yesterday, our management came and told us we had to do a webinar on HR tools in Bitrix24. So here we are.
Well, the actual reason that we decided to film this webinar is because we've had a lot of people messaging us, right, and saying, I've heard your CRM's really cool, but I have a sizable team that I need to manage. Can your product help me with that? And the answer is yes.
Absolutely.
It can, yeah. And so we're going to show you the top 10 HR tools in Bitrix24 in no particular order. And
let's get right into it.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what Bitrix24 is, Bitrix24 is an online collaboration suite that consists of multiple tools for every department of the company. And the main ones, of course, are CRM, is what we have for your sales team. And then we have the tasks and projects and everything, inside of it, including Scrum. That's a recent addition to our tool set. And it's for your, teams, for your project management. And we have also chats and video calls, video conferencing, online meetings, whatever you want to call them. And these are for your communications. And then we have lots of other tools. We have the website builder, for your online stores and to create landing pages and so on. And finally, we also have the HRMS, which some people tell me it is the Human Resources Management System. But basically, it's a number of tools that we have inside Bitrix24 to help you manage your team, your personnel, to facilitate communications and make life easier for employees. So let's see which parts of Bitrix24 we actually talk about and then we use. So what are they?
Yeah, so basically all the tools that Alex just mentioned, they're kind of grouped into different categories, right? So we have our collaboration tools, which are chats and calls, tasks and projects, CRM, sites and stores, and HR. And so all of these are cross-integrated and interlinked, and they all work as one single ecosystem. But yes, we'll be looking at HR tools.
Yeah, that's going to be our primary focus today.
Yeah.
So for this webinar, we've picked the top 10 HR tools that we have in Bitrix24 that might be useful for your company. And the first and the number 1 tool that we all like to use is online time clock. So let's talk about it. So the online time clock thing, it's actually one of the most useful tools that we have in Bitrix24. And it's, you probably already know what a punch clock or a time clock is. Certain simple things that
companies.
All companies, almost all of them use in any kind of format, whether it's analog or digital, whatever. And the way it works in Bitrix24 is actually very easy. So what we have here is we have it right on top of our menu. And if you want to start your working day, you just do the clock in thing and your working day starts. Just like that.
Beautiful.
So you keep working and you do this very hard. You're working hard for a few hours and then you decide you want to take a break. Well, that's absolutely no problem with that. Easy. And then you just hit the break button and you go to have some lunch, or maybe you have some chores to run.
Stuff that you need to do.
Yeah, you need some stuff to do that's just not connected to your work. And if you're working remotely, that's something that we also sometimes have. You have to go get someone, or you have to, just do something. And what you do here is that you hit the break button and your working day is on pause. Then if you want to take it off pause, you go back and you press the continue button. That's it. It's like
easy. It's just a great way to stay on track, right? Yeah. So you'll always work the hours that you were supposed to work, and
And so how do you finish your working day? Again, so you worked for your nice 7 or 8 or 9 hours, how many hours you like to work, and then you do the clock out thing. And that's it. Your
Done.
working day is done. But here's the question. So where does this data go, right? So for me as a user, this is what I see. But what if you're a manager? So you have to have this data somewhere, and let's look at it. So you go onto the left menu, and right here you have the time and reports section. In this section, you see different tabs, and one of them is the work time tab, right? So we go here, and right here we see, for example, Diana, right? So we can see that the last time she worked was a few days ago, and she worked for just a little under 1 hour, which is not much.
I mean, yeah.
You're not working hard, are you?
No, I'm trying to be more like productive in a short.
This is the ultimate productivity that you can show. You work for 1 hour, but you do the work.
Everything.
Of everybody. So what you see here is that you can see when the actual person clocked in, and when they clocked out, and how many hours they worked.
They worked, yeah.
And if for some reason they decided to change their clock out time, right? Something happened. So you can see there is a little box which you can write why you did that, right?
Yeah. So you can't change it, right, without writing
an explanation. So there's got to be some explanation for that. So in your case, it's just simply you forgot to do it.
Yeah.
Which is excusable.
I mean, it's just
Yeah,
I didn't know what to say. I was just a bit lost. Yeah.
All right, but this is what happens, right? And you can get all these reports for all of your colleagues right here. Yeah. And if the person is on vacation, they're obviously not working, right. So it's going to be a vacation thing. And so see, that's me. I worked for almost 12 hours, and
wow.
I was working really hard this day. And the reason for the change in the clock out time, because I had changed it, was just because.
Just because.
Fair
enough.
Yeah, I'm the manager of myself here, and what I can do is that I can just approve this. And there you go.
Wow.
So I approved my own work time change.
And this is a great tool for payroll as well, right?
Exactly. And you don't always need this just because you want to know how many hours your employees work, but you also may need this information to calculate their wages, right? So. And if you have employees who are paid, per hour, and that's actually very important information. And you can use certain integrations that we have to, calculate the actual wages for your employees and freelancers if you have them. So that's definitely a very useful tool in terms of HR.
Work reports. Now, work reports are an essential part of any company, department, or project management process in general. And whether you're working remotely or at the office, you need to be able to see what your employees have been working on, right? What their workload looks like, and so on. And so Bitrix24, of course, comes with work reports, and these are quite flexible in that you can set up daily, weekly, or monthly reporting schedules. And I'm just going to show you what this looks like in your account. So as a supervisor, you go into this section here. This is where Alex was previously, and you go into work reports. Now I can see all the work reports that have been submitted for November, and I can also set up the reporting schedule in this section here, probably. Yes, I can. So you can actually set this up for specific people and for departments as well. At Bitrix24, we have a weekly reporting system, right? So we submit our reports for the week every Friday at 5 p.m. This is also something that you can set up, by the way. So you can set up the day and the time that you want your employees to submit their reports. And every supervisor can do this, right, for their department.
So if you don't have any employees that you supervise, so if you're not a manager, you obviously won't have to set this up, right?
Yeah.
And you only have to send reports.
Right, to yourself or to, if you're like the admin, right, the main person, you have to send it to yourself. Right.
But probably if you're the middle manager, so there's, you got to report to someone,
right,
and upper in the hierarchy. So And once a week, it's more like a standard reporting period for every, I guess, company. But you can set it up to have it like once every day or once a month. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's so customizable.
It just depends on kind of your needs and what your team prefer.
Yeah, the great thing is that you can actually use you don't always have to write or type whatever you did. So you can use the tasks that you completed this week or this reporting period, and you can just click and insert featured these tasks in your
I'll
report?
show you that in like just a second. But so in the view that I was showing you just previously, so in the supervisor view, this is what your submitted reports look like, right? So for this test account, we've set up a daily reporting schedule. So we have a report from Liam here. And every report can be scored positive or negative, and you'll have to confirm it as well.
Yeah.
And you can also leave a comment for for your team. So great work. Yeah. So that's
just so nice.
yeah. Or if something wasn't very clear to you, you can also ask
for some clarification or some additional information.
Yeah.
And that's how it works.
Yeah.
And again, so why do you need this information? Why do you need to score these reports positive or give them negative or positive score? Well, this brings us right into the section number 3. And the number 3 tool is KPI or efficiency, right?
Yes.
Okay, so right here. And so everybody knows what KPI is. It's your key performance indicator?
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is. Perfect. So at Bitrix24, this is our main, I guess, section that we always use for our HR things, which is the time and reports and tasks and projects. So we go here and speaking of KPI, so like before we go here, so let me talk about this first. KPI in how we use this at Bitrix24. So the percentage of tasks that you scored positively or negatively will actually affect, the overall KPI or efficiency of a particular employee. So let's say they completed 5 tasks and one of them is scored negatively, so yeah. And that means this person's KPI will be, a little bit, less than 100%. So it's going to be at, 80%. So that's how it is calculated. I mean, it's really simple, nothing to amaze anyone here, but it's a very nice system if you have lots of people that you manage. You cannot, keep track of all of them and what they do. At the end of the day, what you have is this little nice percentage that can show you, how efficient this employee is and how many, tasks they complete.
Right, on time.
And, if these tasks are completed flawlessly without any objections, or if there's, there was some issue that required additional, reworking or fixing or whatever.
Right.
So let's go and see how it works right here. So basically, I can go into any kind of, I can go into Connor right here, and this is my buddy Connor, one of my imaginary friends. And so let's take a look at his efficiency right here. And it isn't that impressive. So Connor has not been doing a good job recently.
Struggling a little.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like he's his girlfriend got pregnant, and now they have to look look out for her and take care of her. So definitely he hasn't got enough time for work. But that's okay. We're with him. And unfortunately, Connor has 3 tasks with objections, and in 4 tasks completed, scored positive. That leaves us with the 25% efficiency. That's not his best, right? So he can do much better, but his situation, so it's all good. That's what it looks like, the dashboard. Basically, if you complete all the tasks flawlessly, you have your 100% KPI efficiency. Yeah. And that's great. You can use this also for some additional bonuses and other kind of benefits that you can offer your team. Another way to motivate them. And that was the KPI in Bitrix24. So let's go to tool number 4. And what is it?
It is our absence chart. So the absence chart in Bitrix24 it's like a simple tool, so we won't really go too much into it. But it's just a great way to manage sick leaves, vacations, business trips, paid time off, and all other types of absences that you may have in your company. And basically, this is just a way to keep track of everyone who may be out of office. So, you might, especially if you have a large company, you won't be able to keep track of everyone all the time. And this is a great way for you to come back to this, to one place where everyone's absences are listed. And you can just see a plan of the, say, month ahead or the week ahead as well. Yeah.
And it's especially great for remote teams, right? So if your team is working remotely, distributed, if you have different people working in different countries, time zones, anywhere around the world, It's a nice tool to kind of manage all of them. It's just one place to see what's going on and who's, where and who's going to be back, what day, and so on. Yeah,
and,
nice and simple.
Yeah, and another thing that we'll go into more detail on, in just a few minutes is that once you've requested an absence, like a vacation or a business trip, and once it gets approved and confirmed by your supervisor and everyone that's higher up in the company
that
structure.
has to confirm it.
Yeah. So once it's been confirmed, this will automatically be added to our absence chart, which is again, it's just
proof that we have all of these tools connected to each
yes,
other.
all cross-integrated, exactly.
Working like a well-oiled machine. So the number 5 tool is work schedules. And work schedules in Bitrix24 is basically another tab right here in the time and report section that we go into. Oh, we're already here. And you can create 3 different types of schedule. It could be a fixed schedule, it could be a flexible schedule, it means it's always changing, or it could be shifts. For the purpose of this demonstration, let's do the shifts schedule, right? So let's create one. The title is our January shifts, and reporting period is 1 month. That's good. We're gonna do this for all of our employees. So who's gonna be working there? It's gonna be Jonah, and it's gonna be Liam, and Connor. Not him. His situation. He's can't be bothered right now. And sorry, but you have to do this too. So for these people, we're gonna create a nice little. So Jonah, we cannot because he's already assigned to some other schedule. It's gonna be 3 of you guys, and we're gonna set up the work hours. Shift name, you can change it, but for our purposes, it doesn't really matter. So you're going to be doing the 8-hour shifts, right? So from 9 to 6? No, you're going to be working from 9 to 5.
Thank you.
That's one. And I'll also give you a 40-minute break.
It's very generous.
Wow, I mean, okay. I don't want to be writing you too hard, so that's it. Another shift is going to be, again, it sets you automatically based on the previously entered information. Another 40 minutes here. Oh, set 40. There you go. And then we have another shift for someone who's going to be working nights. Wow. Definitely not the greatest experience that you can have, but there's work that's got to be done, and someone has to do it. So, working time control. So how do you actually, know these people? How do you log their working hours? Clock in and clock out. That's what we need. Track schedule violations. Yes, you can do this if someone, misses their shift or someone, starts in the wrong time. Yeah. So that's what you do. Missed the shift, right? Send notification to me, right? Because I'm the one who's, setting all this up, right? So maximum early shift start offset. Can be 1 hour? No, let's make it half hour, right? If someone decides to start their shift a little bit early, that's acceptable. And allow clock in and clock out. I don't want to do this from the mobile app, only in web browser, right? Because that's, I'm the ruthless boss. And you save it right here. So another shift schedule is created, and there you can see all these people. And you as soon as they start working, you will see them clocking in, clocking out, doing their shifts, and sending you reports. Again, you can set the system up to you can have the system to send you different reports from all of your shifts members, and this is a great thing. This is something we actually use for our customer support team, because we have the customer support team working 24/7, and they work in different time zones, and somebody has to manage all of this. And their manager, they have this kind of shift schedule because everyone has to work for their 7 or 8 hours, whatever they have, and they have to do it basically 24/7 to support you guys as well. So that's how shift schedule works, and just work schedules work in Bitrix24. All right, so let's move on to the HR tool number 6 in Bitrix24, and this is employee directory. Right.
Yes. Or otherwise known as our company structure, right? I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So in Bitrix24, you can easily organize your entire company into departments and sub-departments using this company structure tool here. And this is designed mainly to create a hierarchy of access permissions. So not only is it a great, visual tool for you to, kind of organize everyone and move them around, say someone wants to, transfer to a different department.
Yeah.
You can easily do that here, right? So, we've just transferred someone to the accounts department. But again, so going back to the access permissions, right? The higher up someone is in the company structure, the more access permissions they have. And what that means is, for example, say Melanie Burns, right? She's head of the accounts department. She has access to all of the tasks that her team are working on. Right, yeah. So everything that they're working on, she can see it all. And the work reports that we mentioned previously will all get submitted to her as well. So again, this is just a way for you to structure everything and make sure everyone has their own kind of responsibilities and access rights and so on.
And the people like from the other departments, for example, you have your accounting department, and this is like their own little thing that not everybody else should know what they're doing, because it's they're working with documents, they're working with financial data and so on.
And they don't need access
and they don't have access to them, right? So only those people who are in this department right here, and the the people who are the
above,
the top management, only these people have access to these departments.
Yes, exactly.
And basically, how you set this up again. The only person who can do this is the account administrator, right? So if you're just a regular user, you will not be able to move these people around. I mean, the way we are able to do this is because we have the admin rights.
Right.
And but it's not like everyone can go into the section and start moving people around, promoting or demoting them. So nice, very simple tool, and it gives you basically all the one little, kind of moving employees, you're just not only changing their positions, but also managing their access rights, permissions.
Exactly. And it's so easy to do, right? Yeah.
Let's do this. Now, what about this nice little feature?
So another nice little feature that we've got in Bitrix24 is the employee profile page. And this is just a nice, social aspect, I guess, of, Bitrix24 accounts. And this just contains all of the main information about every user. So we've got their name, their, position, the department that they, work in, their date of birth, mobile number, all of that good stuff. So you can set this up so yourself, you don't have to include all your data, but it's a great way for you to be able to get in touch with
everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have some certain, you want to contact your HR manager and they're not available in the chat. Okay, so what do? You go on their profile and you see their phone number and you give them a call.
Give them a call,
And also there you can, put some certain information about yourself, your interests, and we use these tags, to find people who share the same interests.
Yes.
Nice little social feature that we have. I could not be, it doesn't have to be okay, so if you have a company of 2, 3, 5 people, maybe it's not that useful. But if you have a team of a few dozen people, it's actually useful. I
think even with a small company, right? Sometimes it's just easier to be able to, because you can call people right from Bitrix24 as well. So it's just an easy way for you to be able to get in touch.
And there's also in your profile, you have all these little achievements and acknowledgements and appreciations that you get from other people. But we're gonna get into that a little bit later. The next tool is tool number 7, which is the workflow automation. And by workflow automation in Bitrix24, we mean that there's certain standard processes that you have, and I mean every company has. Usually, these are the processes that they have to do something with approvals, with getting people's, confirmations for different actions and so on. For example, when you're going on a business trip, or when you're going on leave, or when you want to get some, purchase requests, whatever. So these are the processes that usually involve certain preset, pre-configured sequence of actions, and certain people involved, the same kind of people or positions. You want to, you can make this process much easier by automating them using this workflow automation tool. Why do you have to do this? Well, first of all, it saves you time. And once you launch this process, you won't have to do anything. The system will handle all these little, interactions for you, and basically the people will just receive notifications with the message, hey, someone's requesting your approval of something. and they will just have to either click on the approval button or just kind of ask for some additional information before the system can proceed to the next stage. So that's basically how it works. But let's show it, right?
Yeah.
So let's try to launch a workflow. So we go into the feed section right here, and then we click on the more button, and we can choose a workflow, right? So we have 5 preset workflows for you. There's leave approval, business trip, general requests, and purchase request, and expense report. But you can always use our, process designer to create a new workflow based on your parameters. So let's say we want to send me on a business trip, right? So, sign the contract, whatever it takes. That was really handy, wasn't it? Yeah. Looks like somebody has been, pre-entering some information here. I wonder who that might have been. Let's say I want to go on a business trip in December. I'm going to give myself only 1 day to make it or break it. That's my purpose. Planned expenses, $10,000 for 1 day.
Not bad.
Because I'm gonna have to, do some, meeting people. It's money worth spending. Okay, so that's all we have, and finally we can do the send button. Boom. The process is launched, and now I will have to get an approval from the person who is, my manager, which is Diana, right?
Well, apparently, according to this system.
Okay, so and switching back to your screen, what you have here is that you have this button.
I can confirm it.
And it's confirmed, and boom, I get it right here. Your business trip has been approved. Perfect. I'm going to a nice place with $10,000 in my pocket, and I'll probably have a nice time.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm feeling a bit jealous.
See you in a few days.
So most of you are probably already familiar with some kind of online calendar, right? Thank you. So you probably already use some kind of calendar for your work, or just for your day-to-day activities, I guess. So Bitrix24 does come with a calendar inside the system. And this just allows you to schedule, meetings, events, presentations, any other kind of, event that you want. And this is how it works. So you have your personal calendar and you have a company calendar as well. So let's go here. And the events that you schedule here can be one-time or recurring. So you can set up daily, weekly, or monthly events. And let's say I want to set up a daily event, which is our
daily planning meeting?
Yeah, daily meeting.
Something that we actually have.
Yeah, exactly.
Every day, 10 o'clock, we have to be there for another daily planning meeting, which is not the funniest event ever, but it's something you have to go through.
It's manageable.
The beauty of all these, calendars thing is, it's cool to have a calendar in Bitrix24, but it wouldn't be as cool if it didn't have all these integrations with other calendars. And that's what we have here.
Yeah.
So if you have your Outlook or your Google Calendar or your Apple Calendar, whatever.
I'll show you that in a second. It has like a separate
so
thing
you
that you can set up.
Enter, you can integrate them first of all, and whatever you enter inside your phone, the calendar, it will show up in Bitrix and vice versa. Nice, very useful too.
Yeah. And so if someone has, say, this is something that you mentioned before, I remember, was that if someone has, some kind of meeting or event that
on
clashes
the same time
with
that overlaps,
you won't be able to set up.
The system will show it, and you will have to choose different time for this person.
Yeah, which is really convenient because you won't be wondering where that person is. Like, just so. Now that we've set up our event.
That's it.
Yeah, so people can confirm their...
There you go, right?
Yeah,
so that's... so Diana Hilston would like to invite me to some meeting, which I am definitely not looking forward to going to, but it's just something I'll have to do.
It'll be fun.
Okay, so, and I'm confirming it right here.
Yeah.
And there I go.
Yeah, so, and all of these notifications that you get, so whether it's, any changes to the event or, any comments on the event, everyone that's confirmed their attendance will get updates on that as well, which is, again, a really great way to stay on track.
Right.
And what's more is that something, that Alex mentioned previously was that you can sync your own personal calendar with the Bitrix24 calendar. So whether you use Google Calendar, Office Calendar or iCloud Calendar, you can sync this up with Bitrix24. And again, you'll have all of your events in one place, so you can really structure your day.
Right.
Yeah,
it's simple, and there's nothing surprising. I mean, it's hardly surprising ever for anyone, but it's just, again, one of those tools that make your life easier, simple. And if you're, the HR manager, you probably have to plan, schedule lots of different meetings, and that's why you have the calendar to keep track of all of them.
Nice.
Cool. Let's move on to our tool number 9.
Yes.
And this is, well, not exactly a tool, but it's just a combination of different, social intranet features that we have in Bitrix24, most of which can be accessed and found through the feed that we have right here. So I guess let's go one by one, right? Let's start with polls, right? First of all, you can create and launch polls for all of your team or for selected team members to find out about their opinion on different things. It could be your new office design. It could be certain different versions of some mock-ups of whatever you're planning, or it could be just anything, right? Related or not related to work. But right now here we have a poll which I created that it's very important, and it's going to settle this once and for all. Great. So it's either cats or dogs. You have to cast your vote right now. So and
such
as you can
an important
see,
question.
Yeah, it's very important actually. As you can see, there's different people and they voted, and I also voted on this, but I'm never going to change my mind.
Yeah.
Because I'm a cat person, so my vote goes to cats, and so far cats are winning. I mean, it was obvious. What did you expect? And you also have these nice little reactions that is something that you would expect from Facebook feed, and you can give these reactions to pretty much any post. What I did, I gave this reaction right here. It was a kiss, but maybe I want to change it to something else, which is just a thumbs up. That's as much of emotion as you can get from me. And Connor Wright posted a nice little video right here, which definitely is worth watching, but not now.
So adorable.
Moving down in the feed, we also have something that we call appreciations, right? And these are the nice little badges. I mean, there's different types of badges that you can give to certain team members, just to kind of make sure everyone knows that they did some really good job, or just to inform the company of some interesting events happening in different departments. So right here we have Melanie Burns, who've posted a nice little information here, and it says that our ad campaign has gone viral and 1 million views. Amazing. And there's the thumbs up, which is an appreciation going to all of these people. Wonderful. And you left a comment.
Yeah, and I think this is a really nice motivational tool, right? I mean, HR is a lot of it is to do with keeping employees motivated and happy. And don't underestimate this tool.
Staying in touch, with your colleagues and basically feeling like a part of the team, even though lots of people working remotely right now. It's kind of very important. And these nice little things, again, it's just a badge, right?
Right. I mean, it's small, but
it's nice. It's still heartwarming, and why not? Also, what you can do here, another social feature that we have, is you can create announcements, right? It could be announcement for certain people, like for your department, or just for some selected users, or you can do this for the whole company. And you can create them in a way that, for example, some important thing that you want all of your, team members to read. So you can request a confirmation to make sure that everybody has read this message. For example, I want to create an announcement to all of them, please, which means it's going to be important. And for example,
hey guys, don't forget. Oh my god, I'm bad talking. Don't forget about this Friday. We're meeting at a bar to enjoy smoothies and apple juice. Right? There you go.
So just wanted to remind all of my team members that we're going to have a nice little time at a bar and maybe enjoy some smoothies and definitely soft drinks. So that's what we're going to do. I can actually add a video, to these things. So it's a funny way to record a little video, using just your laptop to just make it a little bit more appealing, to record some video message for your colleagues. But I'm not going to do this right now because we are in the middle of a webinar. So send right here, and you probably should get this message in just a second. And there you go, it's right here.
To mark it as read.
I requested a confirmation from everyone who receives this message, and you got it. So make sure you read this message.
Yes.
You read it, and you can also give it a like.
I'd love to give it a like.
Yes. I love getting likes. Now, see, I got one. Perfect. And these are the little social intranet, tools that we have to make sure your team's, always in the know of what's going on, and just staying connected and talking to each other and communicating in a nice and meaningful way. Let's move on. Now we
tool number 10.
Yeah, we almost at the end of our rundown.
Yeah.
And next up is the tool number 10, which is
the knowledge base.
Knowledge base.
Yeah. So knowledge bases in Bitrix24 are basically like a small Wikipedia for your company or for specific departments. And yeah, as I just said, these can be company-wide or knowledge bases that are specifically for each department. And these are a great way to onboard new team members, so you can write out all the information about your company, your values, your roles.
Either processes, like what you have to
Exactly.
do, or
Yeah.
just specific instructions for
Right.
certain employees.
Yeah.
Just any kind of information that you don't want to repeat 100 times over and over again.
Yeah.
The same people, you can just write it down once, and it will be available for all of them.
And
it's
it's
not
really
just text, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's videos. You can attach images, all
everything.
kinds of stuff. But
Yeah.
Dan is going to show you.
Yeah. So they look really nice, which is a big bonus. So it's not just like a like a
plain
Word
text.
file. And yeah, as Alex just said, you can attach all kinds of different things that may be relevant here. But these are just a great way for your employees to be able to get access to all the information that they need at any point in their process. So again, whether they've just started work and they need to, you need to kind of ease their onboarding process.
Right, just make them more comfortable and less stressful.
Yeah, or for specific departments, you'll probably have more, I guess, technical information, so like more detailed info on specific work processes, like marketing, for example.
Well, it's not just on marketing. I mean, it could be
yeah,
anything, but
just
like,
an example.
I mean, like if you have a Q&A, department,
Right.
these guys gonna use a lot of instructions and specific kind of ways that procedures that they have to go through. So nice and easy, and again, we're not breaking new ground with these tools, but like we said, the biggest advantage that we have all of them in one place.
Exactly.
And that was the knowledge
That's
base.
it. Yeah.
All right, so moving on to our final segment,
Right.
which is our marketing message.
Yes.
So our marketing message is actually very simple. Bitrix24 is great for what it is, but probably one of the biggest things that makes it even greater is that you can get all of what we talked about in different capacities. But I mean, like you can get access to almost all of these tools that we talked about immediately. Because we have, like any other company, we do have different membership plans, and one of them is a free plan. And the free plan means it is really free. It's not like some certain trial period, 2 weeks, and then you have to pay.
No credit card required, right? You
No
just
credit card
register
required.
your account.
Everything. I mean, all that is required is just your email. You go ahead and enter your email, and 5 seconds later, you get your free account at Bitrix24,
Exactly.
and it's going to be free forever. You can add as many users as you get. But that's the catch. There's always the catch. And the catch is that, unfortunately, on the free plan, you don't have access to all of the functionality that we have, because that wouldn't be fair. So if you enjoy Bitrix, if you like it, on the free plan, you probably enjoy it even more if you upgrade it. So what we have is we have 3 different plans to choose from. And what are they?
Yeah, so we have the basic, standard, or professional plan, and it just depends, on how many users you want, and I guess the amount of functionality that you'd like. So I guess the basic plan is great for smaller teams, right? But our professional plan is where all the
Sort of really shines.
Yes.
And it's for unlimited users. It's definitely for some, large or enterprise level company. And
but also, for smaller companies that want access, to everything that Bitrix24 has to offer, right?
And the great thing about these plans as well, even though they're paid, so you do have to pay a few dollars here and there, but we do not have per user pricing, which means like you just
pay for the whole company, and it keeps your costs predictable, and it keeps them low as well, because even our professional plan, is $199 a month, and that's without any discounts, and even that is a lot cheaper than some people are paying per user, for their company. So
right.
Yeah.
And again, we're saying dollars here, but we also have Bitrix available in different other currencies, local currencies, whether you're from Brazil, Spain, or Vietnam, from any other country. We have Bitrix24 available in every continent. In local currencies, and we have it available in 18 languages. So that means, all of the world's biggest languages, you can use Bitrix24 in those too. Yeah. And that was the end of our webinar. Thank you guys a lot for watching.
Thank you.
And hope you will find this useful. And if you're looking for some more information on Bitrix24 and its capabilities and what it can do for your business, go check out some other webinars that we did.
Yeah.
They should be here
somewhere.
or there. Yeah, this is somewhere above our heads. And that's it for now.
Yeah. Thank you for watching.
It was me, Alex, and Diana. Signing out. Peace.
Bye.